What did we leave off from? Hold on. Hold on. You'll have to excuse me. I read ahead one sentence and I have questions.
Because he woke up with a sore ass.
Yes.
This all just feels like a bad dream, but if my sore ass is any proof, I'm wide awake.
All right. Welcome back to Undefeated-able.
I don't remember why his ass would be sore.
I don't remember either.
Or if he's just speaking in terms like, oh, my sore ass, like,
oh, probably
like his body. Okay. But given the context of the game, the fight's in 3 days. What am I supposed to do if I can't even move him? Bucky's voice rings in my head.
Oh, God damn it. This is sepia from far away. Full confidence, Zander. Whenever you doubt yourself, you gotta make yourself be confident. Even if it ain't real. Fake it till you make it, that sort of thing. Hey. And you keep that confidence until it becomes real. You understand? God, if you doubt yourself, you lose focus. You lose focus, you take a hit. It all snowballs until you end up eating pavement.
You should not be fighting on pavement.
That's true. It's a Fight Club situation now. So, I'll ask you now. You're fighting Bruce. Are you gonna win?
Mind over matter. We'll just pretend weight classes don't exist for any reason. You got this. I breathe in for a heavy sigh. My chest quakes, like I'm about to cry. I'm a poet, and I didn't know it. I feel like I should cry, actually. My body doesn't seem to make it want to come, though. I have no choice but to get back up and fight. I have no choice.
You all set?
As I'll ever be. It's fight night. Can't say I'm exactly confident in what's about to happen, but there's no turning back now.
You have no reason to be confident in what's about to happen.
Yeah, you're going to explode. He's gonna rip off your arm and beat you with it.
You've managed to score a total of 3 days of training since you got here after you've been hospitalized twice. So, not a lot of room for improvement yet.
I'm sure he did a lot of off-screen training.
I'm sure he did.
He's doing great. In the hallway toward the immersion chamber, there's a few doors off to either side that branch off. Inside each is a sizable room with a few screens, loads of seating, and a staircase leading down. The staircase is reserved for fighters and some VIPs. Pretty much anyone the fighter allows to follow them down to prepare for the fight. Take the staircase down through a few hallways leading to an elevator, and that takes you down to the main area. It can be a bit of a maze. Arena. But which is also an area. You fuck. True. It can be a bit of a maze, but it helps isolate the fighters. Everyone else stays behind to watch the fight on the TVs. The doors to the staircase stay locked until the fight is over. There actually is an alternate entrance to the med bay, but they'd rather be freed up for fighters that need it. Bucky and I went down early to avoid the rush, and hopefully to help calm my nerves. It's not really helping. But I guess it's better than getting heckled by the rest of the guys. His hands are massaging my shoulders as we stand in front of the elevator, waiting for the attendant to take me down. You're gonna do great. He's practically whispering in my ear.
Do great.
I think he can tell how nervous I am. At least, my shaking arms are giving it away.
You know the plan?
Yes. We spent the last few days figuring out an effective strategy for handling Bruce. It worked in practice, At least on the guys available to us in my class, but still. Oh, sometimes things that work in practice don't work in practice. There's no telling if it'll work on him.
Aye.
His hands cover mine, gripping it tight. He kneels down.
Is he proposing?
Staring into my eyes.
Listen, we've known each other for a long time.
2
You're
weeks.
shaking. Listen to me, Zander.
That's like 7 kangaroo years.
Even if this doesn't work out, we'll find a way.
He's speaking softly, tenderly, the low timbre
This is as
resonating up
quiet
through
as an Australian ever gets.
the low timbre resonating up through my arm into my chest.
And if it gets too dangerous out there, tap out.
I take a shaky breath. It's hard to look him in the eye. Because he's tall and you're not.
Well, he's currently down on one knee.
Still too tall.
No. We can't train you up to beat this if you let yourself get broken so badly, okay? Obviously, you won't get beat, right?
It's hard to imagine tapping out even is allowed, given how obviously the match was over already last time and it kept going. I think once you pick up your opponent by the neck off their feet and they can't resist in any way, you probably won, and the ref is supposed to probably do something by that.
Why have a referee when you just have medical miracles waiting just beyond?
He claps my shoulder and smiles warmly.
Bruce plays by the rules. We're not gonna do that, apparently. But sometimes he can get a little careless.
I don't believe you on the first part.
Yeah. If it gets too scary, or if you feel like you're in serious danger, tap out. We'll recoup and find another way, alright?
I never liked tapping out. Not that I needed to often, but even still, it always just felt like quitting. It's literally
that's
quitting.
what it does.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Correct. I'm glad that translated right. With no referee down here to facilitate the fight, it's up to the fighters to determine when a fight is done. Bruce certainly isn't going to stop until I'm incapacitated, so I'm the only judge of how much I can take. Why didn't you tap out before when you were literally crying?
He didn't know how to do it until Rue here taught him how to.
But how much is enough? If I'm still conscious, doesn't that mean I should keep fighting?
Sure.
What happens if he breaks a bone? Will I still be awake? Would that even stop Bruce? Bucky's warm expression has changed to be more concerned.
Alright. You kinda stared off into space there, Zander.
I shake myself back into it and nod. Understood. I'll do my best.
That's all anyone can ask of you.
Bucky hugs me.
It breaks every bone in my body. I'm immediately sent to the med bay.
He's warm and his body is soft. We stay like this for a moment. I don't feel as shaky anymore. The elevator dings and the doors start to part. Bucky stands back up and steps behind me.
You're gonna do great.
I step onto the elevator, next to the attendant.
Knock him dead, Zander. Well, not actually. No, it's a joke. Right? Well, not actually, David.
Yeah, the fucking cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
The door is shut while he stammers to correct himself. It's clear now that my confidence wasn't fake enough to convince Bucky that I could do this either. But is tapping out really the only way to survive this without a concussion or worse? Oh, the concussion's like the entry level cost. I got horrible news. Submitting to my opponent isn't really my thing. Hasn't been for a while. Despite all expectations, I'm a 4'5" top. Used to get told off for giving up too early. I don't want to disappoint Bucky like that. That's what he used to do all the time then. But he's the one suggesting it. God, this sucks. All the while, the attendant has been listing off the rules for the fight, same as it ever is. We get to the bottom, and I deposit myself into the empty area. The lights come up, and... it's like deja vu at this point. I wait behind the line for Bruce to step out. I learned from watching other guys' fights these last few weeks that the commentators are doing some sort of preamble right now for the broadcast viewers. It's all being live streamed in real time, so I just wait around until the show starts. Sure enough, the doors opposite me open, and Bruce steps out and moves towards his line. He's got the same cocky grin as always.
Well, well, back for round 2, little man. Well, maybe second half of round 1. You barely lasted long enough to call that last fight a full round.
He glares, waiting for a reaction. I just stare back.
Not too chatty today, huh? No fun little quips or scared explanations? Nothing?
A short pause before he realizes I'm not saying anything. Then he steps to the center of the ring, taking a boxer's stance.
All right, then.
Your literal funeral.
Come on, Zander.
He spoke under his breath, just loud enough for me to hear it.
Your fans are waiting.
Does he have a single fan that isn't a hyena? Deep breath in and out. My guard comes up as well. That seems to elicit a smile from Bruce. I cross the line into the ring, and the buzzer goes off. Bruce watches me approach, his body unmoving, but as I get close...
He punches me. Oh.
What? He moves in.
How could this be?
I step back immediately on the defensive. He laughs.
You're so scared of me. That's adorable. What's the matter, kid? Thought you were training hard. You don't gotta be scared of the big bad Bruce. He'll end you nice and quick.
He steps out on that last word, his massive fist firing forward. I lean to the side, evading the blow. His rear fist aims for my face, only to whiff completely as I sway to the opposite side. Ducked down, this low, this close to his unprotected body, I fire a few shots out before circling behind him from my gun, backing up to create some distance.
You gotta activate those visual cortices.
Didn't seem to have any effect. Bruce is unfazed as he follows me into the center of the arena.
Not bad, kid. Okay. Why don't you come a little closer?
Having trouble hitting me?
Not in a million years.
His face sort of tightens up at that. He carries himself confidently, so I need to make him vulnerable, get his guard down. It's a dangerous game, but if I can bait out that anger, I can get him where I need him. He reaches out for me. I parry at his wrist, making sure to keep my limbs outside his grab range. With his arm outstretched, I duck down, peppering that body with more blows before circling out once again. I'm lucky this arena is so wide. Even with a beast like Bruce, I've got space to move freely. I can even step over the line as long as I get back in quickly.
You just can't sit still, can you?
You can't hit me, though. He scowls.
Alright, smartass. You want to bet?
I don't waste the time to respond, already moving in as he speaks. My fists thump against his body uselessly. I can tell he's getting slightly more pissed, though, as I immediately back out of the position.
I like that.
You know, this is one angle. You're gonna be really unhappy when you beat me. Unharmed. His desperate grab comes down, reaching for my frame, only to hit the space I once occupied.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
How does this guy have, like, knife wound scars when he's a boxer?
From the knives.
I see. Okay,
Specifically
carry on.
The ones on his abs specifically look like claws.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
there's, especially since one of them's lower, like a thumb or something. I don't know.
It could be that it was like an accidental scratch or something in a fight. Got it. Okay.
Or he does the after dark fucking blood bowl.
Jumpy kid.
Bruce stomps forward, throwing a single fist for my head, only to have it meet thin air. If he can't hit me, I can't go down. I take a step back. Bruce takes a step forward. His rear fist pistons forward at breakneck speed. I blink, barely able to react by leaning my head back. The gloved fist misses, narrowly coming up short to my snout by a few centimeters. A powerful gust of wind whips against my face. I take a step back. Bruce grunts, twisting his torso to one side. His leg starts to lift for a kick. Now's my chance. Straight for the dick. With my back to the line of the ring, Bruce probably figures he can corner me and keep me out of the space. He's trying to send a front kick and force me out. The foot explodes forward, but I'm already moving before it reaches its peak. I pivot to my left, getting around to Bruce's side. I force my torso against his abs with as much weight as I can muster, trying to knock him off balance. It seems successful, the dinosaur now needing to lean forward on his outstretched leg to stay standing. With Bruce leaning forward now, almost bent over, I leap onto his backside. My arms tangled around his neck, and immediately start tightening. I hear him choke up, his arms reaching for mine to contest the hold. I constrict even further, gritting my teeth as my biceps dig into his throat. This forces another cough from Bruce. His throat vibrates with a growl. My arms pull in forcefully, holding that choke as hard as I'm able. Bruce's thick fingers can't wedge their way between my arm and his neck. If he can't get a grip on my arm, there's no escape. He coughs out a bit of a chuckle, walking around with me on his back now. A hand moves to my elbow, which quickly drops down to his shoulders. I can't afford to give him an ounce of leeway. His coughs are getting desperate now. His breathing slowed in an effort to conserve oxygen. The beast pauses, freezing in place in the center of the ring. I'm praying for the tap out. Bruce starts to lean backwards. I figured he's just gonna fall on him, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the turtles in Dark Souls 2, where they're like, oh, you thought you were going for the backstab.
Yep, they just fall and roly-poly all over you.
Yeah. I can't just release the hold I risked so much for, but the beast is definitely falling now. Fast, with me in the perfect place to cushion his fall. Just have to hope I can withstand the fall. I'm sure my spine can take it. We land with a nasty crash, my head getting whiplash and rocked into the hard cement floor. I cry out, desperately clinging onto Bruce. When my shoulders pressed into the floor, I felt my hold loosen, granting Bruce just enough space to squeeze his grip underneath. He pulls my arm away effortlessly, taking a heavy breath and growling it out.
Love the stunts, kid. You alive back there?
I didn't bother responding. I think my head is bleeding from the impact, but I can't check right now. All I can do is pull my hold tighter, fighting uselessly against Bruce's grip. He grunts and pulls my arms to either side, rolling over on top of me. Our eyes meet again. He's breathing heavy, blowing hot air out of his snout. His body is heavy. But through that breath, he's showing off a big toothy grin. The grip on my arms tighten, forcing the bones to strain.
Now! What are we gonna do with these?
He shakes my arm a little bit. The grip loosens, and I swing at his jaw, only for Bruce to force my forearm down against his neck.
Ah, still awake, huh? Can't risk you trying something cute. Let's rip him off!
His form rises up a bit, one hand keeping my arm pressed into my throat. He takes my left wrist and he crawls over to that side. Bruce turns perpendicular to my body, straightening my arm out against his abs. Both his tree trunk legs drop onto me, forcing another gruff choke out of me. That's not good for him.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I pictured this was like.
Uh-huh. No, he's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Nope. Gonna pop the arm right out.
Say goodbye!
With a firm pull on my arm, pain shoots straight down my wrist into my shoulder. He's bending my elbow backwards, pulling on my arm hard enough to dislocate, or worse. I cry out in agony, trying to lift his legs off my chest.
Oh, careful, Ron.
He locks his ankles, essentially sealing his armbar position to leverage more pain into me. Joints are bending, muscles are pulling, far worse than anything I've ever experienced. My grunts and growls turn into desperate cries. He's going to break it. He's going to break my arm again. I'll have to start over, again, and again. If he doesn't stop, I'll lose all the progress I made. I have no choice. My free arm reaches up, tapping against Bruce's ankles 3 times. A tap out. A submission. An admission of defeat. The instant he feels those taps, the hold loosens and the pain stops. But the hold doesn't release. He growls.
What's that, kid? Do it again.
His grip tightens, but he doesn't pull the arm. Still, the pain is definitely still raw. So I start tapping again, growling as he taunts me. The second set of taps makes Bruce release entirely, throwing my damaged arm over my sweaty, exhausted body.
There we go.
Bruce
Sorry,
rises.
I just had to commit a crime first before I would stop.
It's a bit upsetting.
Yeah.
After the first tap out, it's assault, which is when it's fun.
Yeah, exactly. Literally.
Bruce rises, pushing off the ground to get up to his feet, both his arms raised in celebration. He's posing for the cameras, yelling and cheering about his victory for the crowd. I lean back, closing my eyes and rubbing my shoulder. I don't think it's broken, but it definitely hurts. God, this sucks. But at least I'm alive. Bruce is still pacing. I can feel his footsteps wander aimlessly around me as I rest. They're getting closer. A heavy weight drops onto my chest. Something breaks, I think. I don't know. It hurts to breathe. My eyes shoot open, looking up at the man towering over me. Bruce is staring down, eyes wide, frozen in place. His cocky grin is gone, replaced with a lost expression. His foot lifts up from my body, now moving to stomp down next to me. My ribs. You. What the fuck? I try to raise my voice, hoping to sit up, only for indescribable pain to pulse from the center of my body. My body collapses, sucking in wheezy breaths. Bruce straightens up, closing his eyes and moving over me towards his elevator. I'm in too much pain to try and call out. The door is open behind me, and I can hear a few people make their way towards me.
Easy, Alex.
Rage.
Just relax. Try not to take any deep breaths.
I bite my tongue for my own sake and close my eyes. It was either exhaustion or shock that carried me to sleep. I don't know which is better.
Wow, what a familiar fucking sight. Oh, God. I like to think that before each of their fights, the doctor just anticipates this is happening and like just clears his entire calendar right away.
Game's super quiet. I wonder if I accidentally turned it down at some point and forgot.
I heard a lot of
It's at 100%, yeah. My sound file. My speakers are quieter than normal? No. I'm just an insane person. That's fine. I can just ignore that. It'll be in the recording anyway. I'm just not hearing that much. My headphones aren't backwards. It's fine. I'll look into it later. I was wondering if he just like stepped on him. Like, I mean, like by accident. Like if he like literally like, oh, because the expression on his face was like strange. And I don't know how to read. We don't know how to read it yet. But I was like, did he literally just accidentally step on him and just like obliterate him that easily? Is that how fucked up this
he might have.
Scale is?
I think he might have.
The sleep didn't last too long, though.
What did this guy sound like?
So every time he shows up, that's the reaction.
I don't know what he sounds like.
It's just like a doctor man being a dude.
Oh, okay.
Out.
Alex, good to see you.
I sip air in slowly, glaring at the feline walking into my room. It's hard to get a full breath without... Fuck. A sting of pain streaks up from my torso. That'll teach me to try to take a deep breath. Drayden looks uncomfortable with a half smile.
Wow. Okay. Message received, Alex.
Ribs. He straightens up, moving to my bedside immediately.
What happened?
You broke my fucking ribs, Doc. What else do you want? Another stabbing pain down my side. I grit my teeth and lay back, growling.
Shit. Okay. Lay back and try to relax.
Did you not know? Is that the implication?
Just walked in like, oh hey, you're here.
I'm so confused. Drayden moves swiftly to the other side of the room, throwing open a cupboard on the wall and rummaging around. He returns to my bedside, holding 2 pills. He pauses, looking around frantically.
Jesus Christ, this is not a... I would never want to be treated by a doctor that's panicking this hard.
Yeah, it's a bit
It's
worrying.
not a good sign.
Uh-huh. The bedside manner is, oh god, oh fuck, you're dying.
Shit. Hang on.
What?
Water. The pills.
Just fucking take them dry. I'm about to scream. Drayden drops the pills into my hand, and I nearly toss them into my mouth. Nearly toss them? I don't know what that means. They're a little big, but I managed to choke them down. Ooh. By the time they go in, Drayden returns with a little paper cup of water. I guzzle that down too, crumpling the cup and laying back against my pillow. He grabs a clipboard at the end of my bed and flips through it.
Yeesh. No kidding.
Is it your first time checking?
Mm-hmm.
What?
We're gonna need a chest x-ray. Maybe a CAT scan, too. Little doctor
That's
humor.
when I check you out. I don't know if this was his way of trying to make some stupid joke about him being a cat. I just grunt and close my eyes. No, it's just actually capitalized, isn't it? Isn't it 3 letters that are? Is it an initialism?
Yeah. Yeah, but we read it. He didn't.
What?
Don't worry about it.
I was saying, like, if he wants to, it's supposed to be emphasized, like he's just saying it funny. I feel like it should be like italicized, maybe. I don't know.
So, it probably hurts to breathe.
Obviously.
But I don't want you to try holding your breath or anything, okay? It sucks. I know. Those pain meds should start kicking in soon. It won't be perfect, but you'll feel a lot better. For now, I need you to keep breathing. Just take it slowly, and don't worry about moving around until the pills are in. Sorry,
Can't you hook me up to the IV or whatever you did last time? He shakes his head.
We need to assess what's wrong first before we can treat it. But for the time being, just lay back and breathe.
This sucks. I don't want to lay back and wait. I want to fight. Oh, that's even a worse idea. I want to go back to my room and sleep this shitty night off. I want to breathe without feeling like I'm getting stabbed. I want to... Whoa. I can breathe just fine. Drayden smiles. Those are fast-acting pills.
Looks like the meds kicked in. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. I feel really sleepy. Definitely not from exhaustion, though. Just something else.
What could it be?
I feel a smile creep across my face. Drayden lets out a little chuckle.
Looks like it. Codeine will do that to a person.
Maybe I should have gotten some last time. He shakes his head, still smiling.
I'll be dead in the ground long before any of my patients develop a taste for this stuff. Emergencies only. Now, come on. We're gonna get you scanned.
This will be the second cat I've scanned tonight. What?
I don't get it.
Drayden gives me a weird smile.
Yeah. I feel you, Drayden. Jokes, huh? I'm learning more about you every day. I didn't know you could do that.
He's just like, I don't know, it reads as a joke. That's good enough, I guess. He helps me out of bed and onto my feet. It's a little hard to walk, but I managed to follow Drayden's orders pretty well given my condition. Maybe it was supposed to be...
give somebody a pass if they were telling jokes while on codeine.
Yeah, like maybe it's supposed to be noise because he's high. Because I was like, what did he just say? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Somebody, it's been like a month now, but somebody did point out that like the, our main character's real name and fake name add up to Alexander.
Oh,
Alex and Zander. I don't know what that means, but that's interesting, I guess, that the two names actually match up in some way. I don't know if that's like
twins.
It would be funny if it's somehow tied to how the computer glitch happened or something. That'd be a hell of an oversight.
Mm-hmm.
I spent the night in the med bay. The sleep was alright for the most part, but by the time I woke up, I was ready to get hooked up to their meds.
Alright. So, some good news. No lung puncture, and only 2 ribs got damaged.
Wow! Hooray.
The problem is that the fractures aren't exactly clean. It'd be a speedier heal if it was a clean break.
I guess that's what happens when a 300-pound man tries to collapse your ribcage.
Overall, it could have been a lot worse. Yeah, I'd say you got lucky.
Drayden seems to catch my glare, wiping the smile from his face.
Still, I never expected Bruce to do a dirty blow like that. He can get out of hand sometimes, but I've never seen him try anything after the fight's already over.
Like a felony. Doesn't surprise me.
What do you mean by that?
He's been an asshole this whole time, aside from the whole nearly killing me in the ring. He came back after my first fight to make fun of me in medbay, and a few days later I pause. I haven't really thought about what happened that day, but even just mentioning it managed to freeze me in my tracks.
Alex?
I shake myself back to Drayden. The heart rate monitor I'm hooked up to is going crazy.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Drayden rolls his eyes.
And your heart rate's just spiked for the hell of it?
I said I'm fine. Another attempt to sit up was met with stabbing pain up my body. I groan and lay back.
Well, we've got plenty of time to talk on it, seeing as you're stuck here all day. What's going on?
Drayden sitting on with one leg crossed over the other, clipboard propped up on his knee, pen in hand. It's quiet, aside from my monitor. A flash of that moment creeps down my spine, Bruce staring me down as the world watches in anticipation. It's nothing, really. Redline and I were eating lunch, and a clamor outside the door catches my attention. Drayden seems to notice it too, and he turns towards the entrance to my room. Zander! Speak of the devil. Redline forces the doors open, standing in the doorway. That door swings forward, slamming against the wall, and then back into Redline with the same force. Okay, well, basic physics means it's gonna be with less force, at least. It's not portal jumping. Without skipping a beat, Redline pushes it open again, holding it firmly against the wall to keep it from flinging back again. It is a great visual. Just slam, bam.
Winds up in the hospital with more cracked ribs now.
It's just an idiot cartoon character.
Mm-hmm.
Redline. What the hell was that? Dr. Drayden, this is Redline.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for bursting into my patient's room unannounced. I assume security let you through?
I don't think I've heard Drayden sound so unhappy. Redline turns to face him. I'm Zander's roommate.
That basically means I have power of attorney. That's not what I asked.
Down here, we're married. Redline stops for a moment, thinking, then turns to me. I was gonna come last night, but security said your room was off limits.
Again, not what I asked, but I'll assume the answer is yes.
Redline, meet Dr. Drayden. Oh yeah, we already met in passing. We talked a bit first time I was here.
I remember it. I was trying to get to my patient's room, and you were just chatting up a storm.
Good to see his behavior seems consistent with other people. Means I don't have to deal with it alone. Oh my god.
Damn.
Zander's internal narration is so mean to Redline, who has done nothing wrong. Still, Drayden seems to have a kinder tone in his voice now. They seem to hit it off pretty well, actually talking to each other like it's no problem. Almost like they have working lungs and chests. Redline says something funny and Drayden laughs.
Redline's got huge fucking hands.
I think everyone does in this game, actually. It's like the go-to. Not necessarily him, but like we've commented on somebody else's hands, I think.
I'm surprised you even remembered after all these months. I'm surprised you even remembered after all these months since we talked. But I'm afraid you caught me and Alex in the middle of...
Alex? They both stop for a beat, and I can feel my stomach tighten.
Yeah, Alex.
He gestures to me. That's Zander. They both look at each other, then to me. I sit up. Yeah, Alexander Mason. It's my real name. Drayden shifts uncomfortably, looking down at his clipboard.
Right. That's what I have here. Alexander Mason.
You told me it was Zander, though. I hate this. Right. Yeah, that's what I'd like to be called.
Oh. Why didn't you tell me?
I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Now that they know, it's all they're ever going to call me. They're both quiet, for once. I guess they're waiting for an answer. I can't look at them. I didn't think it would matter. My name is Alex, so call me Alex. I get it.
Well, no. Not when you want to be called Zander.
Drayden scribbles some lines on his clipboard, then writes a bit more.
You should have told me that when we met, Zander. Sorry about that.
This is such a strangely uncomfortable conversation, and I don't know what it's going for.
Yeah.
It's like... My gut reaction to try to parse it was, I'm like... Is Zander trans?
Yeah, I can't tell if it's dead naming or not.
Yeah, because that's what it sounds like. It's like, that's the name I don't go to, and I'm like, that's the... I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Now that they know that's all they're going to think about, so on. It's like, it's finding out that a character's trans, right? That's the point?
Yeah, but
I've been horribly wrong before in other visual novels, because it's just hard. Sometimes you're like, I don't know what they're going for.
I don't know.
Huh.
Let's just see where this goes.
Are they so trans they broke the entire boxing ring's AI? Is that the plot of the game? I'm not sure what to say. That knot is still tugging at my chest, but I should be feeling relief. Sorry. Drayden smiles. Redline smiles too, but that seems to be his default mood. Seems to be. It's been a month, Zander.
Nothing to apologize for. I think we're all good here then, Zander. Wink. But no more secrets from me, okay? I'm your doctor. I need to know these things.
Right. Sure thing, doctor.
And if you don't, I'll call up Redline.
I figured there's no way they're trans, but it's the only thing that I can think of to explain the scene. But how do you lie to your literal doctor about that?
If there was a plotline about them being trans, it would have started by now, right?
Yeah.
Like, this would not be the moment that thread kicks off, right?
Yeah, no. It's, because we know why he's called Alex is because the computer got it wrong, so the officials that work here keep calling him Alex, and he just gave up, basically. But I just can't make sense of his internal monologue about it finally coming up. Because hasn't he just been frustrated that Drayden's calling him Alex this whole time? So I'm like, I don't know, I don't get what the internal monologue is getting at. I don't know.
I'm so confused by it that I'm kind of defaulting to assuming that I messed up my own understanding of it somewhere. So I'm just trying to move on and figure it out later if I was wrong or not.
That was startling. Something just flew into the middle of the screen.
Oh, I didn't see it.
What was that?
Oh.
Something on my computer happened.
Oh,
what is this?
Bug.
Oh, we have updated the Steam subscriber agreement. Okay.
I got that too. It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, because it jumped in front of my game, so I was like, oh god, what's happening right now? Let's see. Weird. Anyway. Oh no. Oops. Oh no.
Yeah, you might have heard me like a minute or two ago where I just said like, what the hell? Like weird or something, and that's because I got that same notification.
Yeah.
He'll tell me everything.
I'll tell him all about your terrible sleeping habits.
Oh? He's taking notes.
I go to bed way before you do. Yeah, exactly. You never hang out with me and the boys. Terrible habits.
That's actually a good one.
Yeah. They both laugh at that, and I find myself laughing too.
Oh,
Ow.
don't do that.
Ow.
You don't want to do that.
Ow. Ow. It's nice. I don't laugh that often down here. Ow. Ow. Laughing has its consequences, though. The pain reminding me that my ribs did break just the night before. Are broke. I think Drayden sees my reaction, judging from the uncomfortable look on his face. That's an uncomfortable look.
Mm-hmm.
Redline stayed for a bit to chat, and Drayden had to leave for some other important doctor business, so they both left eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And Redline brought my phone down, so I could at least watch some videos to pass the time when there was nothing on TV. Wish the network was better down here, though. I'm barely scraping by on one bar.
Oh.
The network? You have Wi-Fi, right? That's the point. Or wait.
No, he has to use data.
Oh wait, it was like a weird it was like a weird data repeater, huh?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
A day passed, enough time for my ribs to make a recovery on the proper meds. I didn't mind the silence, especially when talking leaves my chest hurting. I have no idea how long it takes for broken ribs to heal.
Months.
Oh. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
For his schedule. So that's Zander. It? All cured?
Well, yes. Technically.
Is there a catch?
So, yes. Sort of. Bones are... Have you heard of this shit, Zander? I was up all night reading about bones.
He just learned about them just now. In this case. Your skeleton is wet, like, all the time. It's crazy.
Oh my god. Alright. Bones are weird, Zander.
He takes a pause that's long enough to make me think that was a full statement. I start to say something, but he continues.
Especially with breaks like yours, it's hard to tell if it's completely fully healed. They might look clean on the x-ray, but there could still be fractures.
So, it's still broken?
I just need you to be careful, Zander. If you push yourself too far and your wounds aren't healed, they're gonna open again, and you'll end up right back in that hospital bed. Not that I don't like having you around, of course, but I think we all want to see you up and fighting again.
I'll see what I can do. I have no idea when my next fight is, so can't really meter out how hard I need to be training for next time. Maybe Bucky can help with that. The last fight was only about a month after the first, so I've already wasted 2 days recovering. I need to get moving.
Just do your best.
Sure.
And be careful. I don't want to see you back here again.
Be careful. Uh-huh.
Try not to get punched. And I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Right. It definitely feels weird walking now. Maybe I just never paid attention to it before, but my breathing feels different. Uh-huh. Maybe I got used to whatever fucked up position my ribs were in these last few days and I just forgot about it. Maybe I've got myself thinking too hard about what breathing even feels like now that I can't stop feeling it. Breathing, blinking. I even start to become aware that my clothes making contact with my skin, which sounds like a challenge through fur. Feels weird. Shake it off. Shake it off. Just want to get some lunch in me and get back to training. It's been a few days, but I'm still feeling a little raw from how that fight ended up. I had him. I could feel it. It wasn't as humiliating as a knockout, but at the same time, having to submit twice was just salt in the wound. Wouldn't have been as bad if he didn't try to kill me after I already submitted. God, just thinking about that gets me angry. I need to take this out on a punching bag or something. That sounds ill-advised for like another week. It still hurts to breathe a bit. Maybe I need to slow down. So I guess the miracle drug fixed him in like a day?
Yeah, I guess so.
Insane. That's good luck for the story of this game, I guess. First things first. Lunch. I redline with this gaggle of friends. I don't want to answer all the questions I'm sure they'll have. My chest already hurts from breathing. I can't imagine what talking that much will do. Don't, like, boxers have, like, a shockingly low number of, like, fights in their entire career, basically?
Because, isn't it, like 40 or 50?
Yeah, like, it's such a low number. It's, like...
Because they only do, like, 3 or 4 fights a year.
Yeah, so it's, like... Zander's, like, actively wasting his career stuck here. Like, the time he spent here is, like, a huge chunk of, like, his overall... What he's hoping to do as a fighter in his life is just being chunked away by this one dinosaur.
Yeah, George Foreman retired at the age of 48 with 76 wins and 5 losses. Like, there you go. Not even 100 fights.
So yeah, and only 4 of those were against grills. Stomach rumbling. I should grill. I should shut my brain off and wait until my body carries me to the cafeteria.
Speaking of George Foreman, did you know that he named all of his sons George?
I do know that. That's the only lore I have about George Foreman.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about boxing.
Well, his daughter is named Georgina.
Uh-huh. George Foreman was found dead in his bed this year with the strangle marks of a half dozen small children.
Georgetta. I got it wrong. Georgetta.
Is that worse? That seems worse.
It is. It is indeed.
There we go. I see Redline in his usual spot with his friends. The hyena's sitting upright like a bitch. Looking like he wants to say something.
He wants to be friendly at me.
His tail is going crazy. Every time he speaks up, someone says something louder, and his voice peters out, waiting for his turn to talk. No!
Oh!
Oh, hey, dude. Redline unloads all that pent-up talk energy onto me, but I tune all of it out. Something about someone's famous sibling getting arrested? Whatever. The rest of them continue to laugh and chat as I eat. At some point, the conversation transitions to old websites they used when they were younger. Forums and video sites. Eventually, an argument breaks out over which digital pet-raising website was superior. Neopets or Club Penguin? Is that the options? I don't... One of the guys turns to me.
All right, Alex. I almost forgot. What the...
It's Zander. It's Zander. They all sort of go quiet and look at Redline for a second.
Okay. So, like, what's up with Bruce?
I'm only halfway done with my food, so running away from this question isn't really an option. What do you mean?
Why do you keep challenging him?
Another one chimes in. Yeah, did he, like, steal your girl or something? Women exist. They all laugh at... They all laugh at that while I just pick at my food. We already talked about this last matchmaking day. I figured Redline would have blabbed more about it to you already. They've got me in some fucked up contract, so I have to keep fighting them. If anyone else wants to take my place, they're welcome to. I don't think they'd let you, though. They all stop talking now, laser focused on me. The lack of attention was nice while it lasted.
But, like, all the promo material. And the commentators too, dude.
Everyone's saying that you're the one challenging Bruce. I don't really know what to say to that. I guess it connects with what Bruce was saying as at the weigh-in.
I'm sure I can make you stop talking real quick, kid. You must think you're cute challenging me again.
Challenging you? They assigned me...
Yeah. Keep running your mouth. Just don't say anything stupid.
God damn it. One of the
it's fun to do.
One of the guys has pulled out his phone.
Like, dude, check out Headkick.
Headkick is an online forum for fight fans. No, I guessed. I figured. I checked my phone too, swiping away the missed calls from Dad and typing in the web address. We'll deal with that plot thread later.
Apparently not.
Apparently.
Hey.
Sure enough, front page. There's a video of my fight on there. Maybe don't read the comments, dude. You know how nasty some people can get. He's right, but that's not going to stop me. How is this legal, Lamau? Alex must have some serious problems going on in his life if he's issuing these challenges. I'll be praying for him.
I mean, true, but shut the fuck up. Bruce's armbar was already deadly. I'm surprised you respected Tap.
It's probably not a good look to take off some kid's arm. Lol. Why is Bruce even taking the fights?
Easy win, easy money.
Yeah. If I had a payout as huge as Bruce's, I'd take wins as often as I can. Let the dumbasses keep challenging him. Yeah. These fights are goated, lol.
This is harder to do than I thought.
When there's a carrot. The carrot is the new reply. It's like 4chan or whatever.
Yeah, I see. I know, right? People are actually bitching them out. Like, just enjoy the fight. I fought a guy Bruce's size in my taekwondo class the other day and won. I don't know why Alex is losing.
God damn it. I like the idea that he takes taekwondo and doesn't know how to pronounce it.
Lore.
I could feel my mood drain as I read the comments. They're just as clueless as to why this is happening as to why this is happening to me. But they have a little more bloodlust. Scrolling down a little further, the violent comments only get more intense. Anything good? No? Well, some. Mostly delusional? Like, listen to this. Lol, same. I once had to fight off 2 guys like Bruce, and I just kept getting back up till they stopped. These new fighters are pussies. Why issue a challenge when you can't back it up? Redline rolls his eyes at that. Yeah, time to log off. They don't know what they're talking about. He's probably right.
I do.
No good's gonna come from reading more. But my eyes keep scanning for comments for support. A few people cheering me on. A few saying that I need to sue the company. One even saying that FANG is exploiting its workers' safety for profit and needs to be investigated.
Yeah?
That one has a lot of downvotes and a lot of replies. I think I'll steer clear of reading those. A lot of bloodthirsty creeps on here. Like, way more than I remember there being. I guess it makes sense. I mean, that's why some fighters start in the first place, right? Because they're serial killers. Ever since they regulated the hell out of football and rugby way back when, MMA is the only sport left for people that want this kind of aggression. Oh. Pro wrestling, I guess? My dad always hated watching that stuff. I remembered my dad talking about watching football with Grandpa when he was a kid. Something about having to carry a ball to one end of the field. Was it even shaped like a ball? Every player was huge and jacked, and they kept crashing into each other at high speeds. Wait, is football illegal now? He's talking about football like he doesn't understand the concept. I don't know what to do with that. Wait.
It's a dystopian world where the only form of entertainment is watching these two.
Yeah. My dad mentioned that he wanted us kids to play it when we got old enough. But by the time he got married, they already started implementing stricter safety stuff. Now they just hug it out. Until a winner's declared.
They made soccer woke.
Good. I read a bit into it, though. Those guys took a lot of damage to the skull. Can you believe they had kids younger than us playing that? Meanwhile, we're just punching each other in the head.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know, right? His arm is dislocated. He's missing 9 teeth.
They have the same conversation word for word every morning. Can you believe people used to play football with helmets? No, they're not nearly safe enough. It sounds really dangerous, but Dad said it was really popular. He also said the government went on to make it a pussy sport or whatever that means.
Oh, dads.
That every dad. So he never bothered showing me how to play. Not that I minded. He showed me an old game once. It just looked boring. Nobody made any progress for like half an hour. Yeah, apparently a lot of people protested when the new policies came into effect. Guess all the angry people got bored of that quick and went to watching MMA? Sounds like it. My grandpa and dad got all us kids into karate instead, so I guess he got something out of it. I can't tell what the game's going for again. just in that I'm trying to parse if this is world building or just real life commentary on real life football right now.
I think it's both.
Because sometimes people say stuff like that, but it's also weird to be like, can you believe how violent football was? But then they made it not violent enough anymore, and I'm like, you guys literally murder each other. Like, I don't understand the frame of reference. Also, football's
kind of funny.
And then, like, football's clearly still violent, so, like, I don't know what to do with this information.
I think it's just funny.
Yeah.
I think they're just having a little bit of a giggle goofs.
They just don't have a moment of awareness. They don't know themselves what they're saying.
No. I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
I'm letting him cook on this one a little bit.
Redline keeps talking about his family history. I ignore it and keep scrolling down the article on Headkick. More
Jesus
comments.
Christ. I love this guy. Oh my god. Alex
Ew, he's talking
Zander.
to his family or whatever.
Why is he challenging him? What's his deal, lol? Alex, dude, please stop fighting Bruce, lol. It's hard to watch.
Hey, LOL, almost as often as I do presentence.
Yeah.
This is annoying. I've got to set the record straight.
Yeah.
Listen, I got into the habit of saying LOL at the end of almost every single sentence because when I didn't do that, people thought I was mad at them. And that was half my life ago, and it stuck. And now nobody even says LOL anymore. They just do increasingly strange emojis. And I don't understand what the emojis mean anymore because they're getting esoteric. All I know is that if you use the skull emoji, I block you. Because you're like 16.
Well, what about the Kappa?
Kappa's not an emoji, that's a Twitch emote.
No, fair.
If I go on Twitch, I block me. That's not... No, mistakes were made. This is annoying. I gotta set the record straight. I tap the comment box and get to work. Oh. I don't know where this narrative is coming from. I didn't challenge Bruce. That cool with you, Zander? Huh? I'd gotten so into the comment section that I hadn't been listening to the rest of the conversation. The guys and I were going to head up to our room and play some games. You should come. That room is barely big enough to fit myself and Redline. I don't know if I'm too keen on having 5 other guys crowding in there. I think I'll pass. I need to get working out. That sounds like a bad idea. Redline frowned at that. I thought Drayden said you should be taking it easy. I am. Just some light stuff to get back into it. I don't need Redline telling me what to do. My ribs will do that. Well, that's at a little whine, but ends up smiling. If you say so. Need a spotter? Nope. You obviously do. You might cave in. That's the right answer, because you're only going to do light stuff. That's optimistic of you. He's going to fucking be found, like, literally, like, suffocating under a barbell, waiting for someone else to walk in the room. That would have been my answer regardless, but I'm glad he passed his little pop quiz.
Jesus Christ.
He hates Redline so much.
It's
imagine having a friendly housemate. Just ever. Redline's I need to rescue Redline from this video game. Xander can stay.
Redline is
he
like
can stay
Kim
in this
Kitsuragi level of I believe in you despite all of your flaws and see the best in you.
Yeah.
And you just shit talk him the whole time.
Yeah. And without the part where Kim Kitsuragi is like a symptom of a corrupt world. Where like just under all of his cooperativeness and like helpfulness and how much you want to impress him, he's like really disappointing. Redline's gang heads out while I take my tray to the collection area. Cafeteria is kind of emptying out at this point. Wondering what time it is. I pull up my phone and it seems I accidentally posted my comment. Must have bumped it in my pocket sometime. There's a lot of replies. How? On what site is getting this fast of responses when you're probably like and you're like probably an anonymous account? I feel my stomach.
It's Headkick. In the future where there are no other sports because they're too pussified.
Just like imagine noticing a very specific reply on a Reddit thread the moment it happens. Like what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I feel my stomach churning slowly.
Awesome.
That anxiety rising up. Maybe I shouldn't have said something publicly about my contract. Shit, yeah, when I put it like that, obviously, I can't find the delete button fast enough. With the tap of a few buttons, the comment is gone. The replies are still piling up. I can't seem to delete those. I'm just gonna shut my phone off and get to work. Gonna get out of the cafeteria, hurry past Redline's friends. Every possible snipe at them. I don't want to get caught up trying to get my gym clothes with everyone else in the room. Jesus. Also, for people that will misinterpret me because they didn't read the context, Kim Kitsuragi is disappointing because he's a centrist cop, not because he's a disappointing character. He's the best written character maybe ever.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get down to it, you're like, oh, wait. Oh, he's kind of a bummer. No.
A little bit.
New clothes. Nothing more refreshing than a fresh change, even if these are about to get soaked in sweat. My last clean pair, too. I'll have to find time to peel away from the others and get a load or two done. Let's say it that way. The machines are usually more free in the evening, so I'll head down later tonight. 4 washing machines for this whole floor, but only 3 of them work. Kind of ridiculous. It's ridiculous that 1 washing machine broke. Whenever I need to get back on track, my legs have been aching that whole... whatever. I need to get back on track. My legs have been aching that whole time in the med bay. Good of a time as any to get them moving. A few deep stretches, and I hop on the treadmill. Start it up slowly, pop the earbuds in, and... bliss. No Redline, no Bruce. I thought of the absence of Redline first, over the person who's murdering me monthly. I can't believe how much he hates Redline. Oh my god.
It's super fucking funny.
Just me and my music? Feels a lot like when I got my own place all those years back. The apartment complex had some semblance of a workout room in their basement.
I commissioned this song. It's called the Fuck You Redline song.
I have them play it just for me whenever I go on my treadmill. 3:14 p.m. every day. It was old and honestly kind of creepy. So nobody really went down there. Thank God, too. There were only 2 treadmills and a little dumbbell rack with half the weights missing. I couldn't really afford MMA classes and a gym membership at the same time, so I had to take advantage of whatever they provided. Plus, with school and work, I had my schedule full up anyways. Just me and my treadmill and my music. God, I still had that old MP3 player. I wonder if it's still kicking around somewhere. Thankfully, things got easier after I graduated. Mom and Dad wanted me to at least get my GED, so I can at least cross that off their list. Finally saved up for a proper smartphone. Work was down the street from home, and the gym was the same distance in the opposite direction, so I didn't have a car to sink money into. Living in the bad part of town has its perks, I suppose. The apartment was cheap, even if it was held together with toothpicks and duct tape. Being down here doesn't seem too bad, all things considered. Though my apartment was at least got hot water regularly, and I had less battle damage back then. I opened my eyes to adjust the treadmill a bit, and out of the corner of my eye, I see Bruce and his gaggle of friends off in the corner. Oh, great. Good job not hanging out with Redline today. Just don't make eye contact with me. He turns around and our eyes meet. God damn it. Bruce doesn't seem fazed though, just moving to the bench press to spot one of the bigger guys, or one of the other big guys. It's almost startling to me to hear the phrase "God damn it" or the term "God damn it" in a game, in a furry visual novel, because so many of them take the approach of "God's damn it." You know, like a background notice, so many of them just introduce like, oh yeah, all my furry dudes exist in a world with polytheism or something. And then they never mention it again outside of that specific context. It's surprisingly common, and it usually doesn't come up that much. It's not only the fantasy settings, but it's definitely also the fantasy settings.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. He must have it easy. No one's trying to fuck with him. Hell, I bet no one would even bother him in the streets. I mean, no one's gonna bother him in the streets, but, the end goal of anyone in his weight class is to beat him here. I bet if I looked like that, I'd have a much easier time. Doubt anyone would ever want to get near me. Do you regularly get picked on as an MMA fighter? I don't understand. I saw your arms. You're like huge. You're just also 5 feet tall.
I mean, he is a terrible fighter.
We don't know that. He pulled off some like Matrix shit and then like shoulder checked him in the gut and then like choked him out. It's just the other guy's 7 feet tall and made of concrete. Actual concrete. Like a membrane on the outside because he's a dinosaur. Okay, maybe he is a little bit scary. My neighbors back home wouldn't even look at me if that were the case. Miss Oliver next door always needed help getting her holiday decorations moved in and out of storage like 4 times a year. I remember her knocking on my door like a week after I moved in, asking if I could help her move some crates. If I looked like Bruce, she probably would have steered clear. To know if anyone else on our floor ever even gave her the time of day. I hope she's doing okay. I remember she baked me some cookies as a thanks, but I had to turn them down. Diet and all that. She kept trying different healthy alternatives after that, whenever I came by to help her. I guess it wasn't so bad up there, even if I was broke as hell. I'd rather be broke than living with mom and dad.
Or Redline. Or ever talking to Redline.
He's got like a superpower where he thinks about people and they happen in his life that moment. He thought, like, today specifically, in the last hour, he thought Redline, and then Redline burst into the door through the door of the hospital. He thought Bruce and opened his eyes to see Bruce, or specifically, like, it was like, don't look at me, and then he looked at him. He thought Dad, and the fucking Dad calls him on the phone in that moment. I'm starting to think that he's just, I think he's still unconscious. Like, he's manifesting things in a dream.
He's just got protagonist powers.
Yeah. The phone call stopped my music. So I can't just ignore it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's easy. It's super easy. You just swipe down and then, oh, phone call. The music's back. Woohoo!
Yay.
Yeah. Oh, it's just Say It Ain't So by Weezer. This won't make me think about this at all. Oh, next up is Sorrow by Bad Religion. Any more dad songs? I learned from my last mistake and look at who's calling me before yelling at them. Oh, no number. Oh, never mind. Better than the alternative, I suppose. Maybe Drayden calling to remind me of something? I accept the call. Hello? A familiar squeaky voice chimes over the phone. Alex, I apologize for interrupting your time at the treadmill, but I need you to please report to the commissioner's office immediately. Oh, okay. Should I change or... The call disconnects. He didn't even tell me where the office is. Oh. Maybe this is a chance to talk about my contract. Did Drayden finally get in touch? Or maybe Bucky reached out? No, you're in deep shit over your comment is what's happening. They screenshotted it, now it's all over Twitter. I stepped down off the treadmill.
That's probably it, honestly.
Yeah. Wrapping my earbuds up and shoving them into my pocket. Bruce is still with his buds, laughing as one of them is struggling to lift the barbell. Gotta ignore that and head out. Fresh out of the gym, and the lack of sweat in the air is just as refreshing as always. The 2 large men in suits standing on either side of the door was new, though. Alex. Ugh. Yeah? Follow us. I guess that solves how I'm going to find the commissioner's office. They start moving without waiting for a response, and I follow. These men, I assume, are the commissioner's bodyguards? They certainly look the role, though the sunglasses are probably unnecessary underground, even if it does add to the look. On the left is an elephant, on the right a rhino, both as big as Bruce, dressed up in some business suits that probably cost more than I make in a decade. Silence, too. Fine by me. But it is getting weird looks from anyone walking down the hall, seeing me surrounded by these two. They take me down to the immersion chamber, then through the corridors leading to the arena. Or at least that's what I was thinking. with the rhino leading the way and elephant behind. We took a much shorter path to a much more ornate-looking door. The rhino raps against it. So listen up, here's a story. I don't think that counts as rapping. That was the wrong instinct.
It's kind of rapping in that it's talk singing.
And then both of them move to either side of the door, returning to their post, I suppose. After a second, the door opens inward. It's pretty dark inside. I move in anyway. He looks funny. Look at his little ears. If he doesn't turn around, I'll think he's art decayed. There, behind his desk, stands the commissioner, I think. The door is slammed shut behind me, enveloping us in darkness, the only light coming from the giant glass window, looking out over the arena. He stands there, silent for a moment, turned away from me with his hands behind his back. It's almost too quiet in here. I could hear myself breathing.
Hello, Alex.
The tension cuts, cleft down the middle. That deep timbre shakes my core, enough to make me take a sharp breath and straighten up. I wait for a moment, the silence lingering before realizing he's waiting for me to speak. My throat runs dry. I swallow and try again. Hello? Commissioner?
Correct.
I was hoping I could talk about the matchmaking
It's my understanding that you have broken your contract.
What?
Earlier today, you made a comment on an online forum.
My blood runs cold. That was...
In said comment, you revealed the details of your FANG contract, which is to remain confidential to those outside the league.
There's another pause.
Is this correct?
He won't even turn to look at me. My breathing gets heavy. I said that I wasn't trying to challenge Bruce. I didn't mean...
That's all I needed to hear.
I deleted the comment right after. He continues as if I didn't say anything.
Surely you understand the stir this has caused within the community of the fans FANG has acquired, not to mention the sponsorships funding the league.
Maybe you should have told me at some point what I was even supposed to not say. But if I just...
Questions going unanswered, rumors spreading, it's not the type of reputation we try to garner here. Thankfully, the problem has been handled. We killed everyone who read those comments. Our PR team is taking care of everything. As you are fully aware, revealing confidential information outside of the league is considered a breach of contract and is grounds for termination, along with its associated fines.
But,
in lieu of your current circumstances, this breach will be overlooked, so long as you continue performing your obligations.
I finally caught a bit of breath to take my turn. My current circumstances. That's what I wanted to talk about. He holds up a hand, as if to silence me.
Say no more.
His voice is louder, more firm this time.
Your job is to fight the matches that are given to you. If you are refusing to fight, that, too, is grounds for termination.
Try to speak, but he continues.
I suggest you keep your chin down and continue your training. If you are unable to do that, then I am unsure if you are fit to continue in the FANG League. If this sort of slip-up happens again, there will be consequences. We'd hate for you to lose this opportunity at FANG.
Oh, he's a dog.
He's very scruffy.
I was not expecting that
goofy
profile
voice
once
actually
he
fits
turned.
a little bit more than I thought it would.
I was like, is he a polar bear? So he turned. He turns his head, one eye leering at me.
Am I understood, Alex?
I straighten up, my breath catching itself in my throat. His paralyzing gaze holds me in place until his business is finished. Yes. We both turns our eyes away at the same time, and he returns to surveying his arena.
I look forward to watching your next match. It delights me how you almost die every time. Like, how do you pull that off? Seriously.
It's also like, you're in breach of contract, but like Bruce killing you after the match is like, wee.
That's in the contract.
Oh god. As if on cue, the doors open behind me, and the bodyguards are present once again. They lead me back the way we came, in the same formation, up to the twisting tunnels that form the underbelly of the League. The Rhino opens the final door, and the elephant forces me through it into the hallway. I turn to look at them, but the door is already slammed shut. A lock clicks from behind it. So, that's it. It's been buzzing in my mind, through my body, under my skin this whole walk up. That was my one chance to fix things. To fix anything. To try anything. I need to go. I need to do something. My legs move on their own through the hallway, past some strangers, down to some of the gyms.
Of fucking course.
I need to do anything. There has to be something I can do. Is there anything I can do?
He's got 3 modes: train, die, and mean to redline.
Always with redline. I move up onto a treadmill, my mind racing as it crawls to a start. There has to be something.
How can... What? My mind racing as it crawls to a start?
Yeah, that's a wild phrase. Those are very...
Anyway.
Each one of those words implies less momentum than the previous one.
Yeah.
So the sentence is slowing while he is racing. Yeah. Yeah. There has to be something. I can't just be trapped down here. God damn it, Redline. Quitting is always an option. I can always quit, like Bucky said. I can always quit. It keeps ringing in my head, a cacophony of a voice that doesn't know what it's talking about. I can't quit. I can't just pussy out. What will everyone think?
Damn.
I'll be in debt for the rest of my life. No one topside is going to respect me. I can't... Zander?
Oh my god.
My eyes laser focus on Redline. He is here too. Cool.
God damn, I love it.
Awesome.
Oh, I love it.
Great.
God.
He has no fucking clue what I
man.
have to go through. I was gonna come check on you, but you weren't here. You doing okay? Great. Great? I nod. He just sort of stands there. Did something happen? Don't want to fucking deal with him. I turn off the treadmill and stumble down off it, brushing past Redline and to the other equipment. I need to force this frustration out. Bruce's friend was using this bench earlier. Fuck it. I just need something. Nope, that's the specific one that you cannot lift, and you're gonna snap all your ribs. I need to do something. Just keep my chin down and focus on my training. That's what I need to do. Zander. There's enough weight on this barbell for me. This is fine. I'm already laid down, I might as well do something with it. I grip the barbell and open my eyes. Redline's standing right above me. Need a spotter? It keeps getting blurrier. I don't like it. Sure. Fine. My arms lift the barbell off its perch. This is nothing. I can do this. I can do anything, right? This is what I came down. This is why I came down here. That's what people have been telling me since the day fucking one. I feel like I'm hallucinating. No, this is real. No, this is happening. I can't beat Bruce. I can't quit. I can't talk to the commissioner. I can't talk to anyone. I can't get my fucking mind straight. Zan, I'm fine, Redline. Just keep lifting those weights. Just keep pushing. Just keep fighting. Just keep your mouth shut and your chin down and your nose where it belongs, and maybe you'll get the next day and you'll do it all over again. Zander, do you... I can't fucking think down here. Everything is too goddamn loud. The only bit of silence I got was with the commissioner, and he went ahead and ruined that too. I just gotta keep moving the barbell. Just keep forcing it to move. My arms are shaking, but that doesn't matter. I have to keep going. My blood is boiling, scorching straight through my skin. Everything hurts. I just need everyone to shut up so I can do what I need to do. I need to... Hey, Zan, maybe you... Red, can you shut the... Fuck! God! Searing pain cracks like a lightning bolt, splitting down my side, all the way down to my waist. My hands let go of the barbell. Shit! The bar stops an inch from my face, my hands cradling the space on my chest where the pain started. Redline sets the barbell back on its perch. Zander, what's happening? I sit up awkwardly. Everything hurts. Hospital. Hospital.
God, he
Hospital?
didn't last 6 hours out of the fucking hospital.
He's in a lot of stress. He had an anxiety attack or something. Hospital? Drayden. Redline stammers for a second while I wheeze, before grabbing my arm and yanking it toward the door. I crowd in pain. Shit, hang on, bud. I gotcha. Anyone know how to keep the pain off? He calls out in the open gym. Everyone working out just sort of looks around, waiting for someone else to answer. After a beat of silence, Redline crouches down, gripping my legs and lifting me onto his back. I probably look like an idiot right now, getting a piggyback ride from someone my own size. Whatever. I just need to... something. I don't know. It hurts too fucking much. We start moving a little too fast down the hall. Each sprinting step Redline takes jostles my body, pushing harder into that sore spot on my side. I don't say anything. Just pray he gets me to the med bay soon. I close my eyes and wait, sucking in air. Redline says something I can't decipher. Words of encouragement, I suppose.
Jesus.
It's just this incredible... permanent ability to never listen to Redline or what he says. No idea what he's speaking. Meanwhile, he's like the only reason you're alive at this point. Soon enough, I'm through the front doors of the med bay, and Redline carries me off to some room. He deposits me as carefully as he can in a bed, then sprints out of the room again. The door is open. A familiar voice instructs Redline to leave. He waits a beat before his footsteps disappear. I slowly turn my head to greet the doctor. Hey, Doc. Drayden is standing over me. He looks mad. He sits me up and hands me a pill.
Swallow.
I do. It goes down dry. It hurts. Everything hurts.
Zander.
Our gazes meet. Don't look at me like that. Please stop looking at me like that. I don't need your pity. I need to do this. His eyes soften.
What happened, Zander?
I don't know what happens or why, but I can't stop myself. Tears well at the corner of my eyes. I try to speak, say anything, but nothing but a sob comes out. Don't look at me. I don't need this. I don't deserve this pill. I don't deserve another fight. Please stop looking at me. My eyes close so I don't have to see him. I'm not sure if it's the effects of the painkiller or my body giving up on me, but I slumped forward, pain striking as I nearly collapse. Please stop looking at me, Drayden. Take your pill back. Take me back to the gym. I want to scream it. I need to feel this pain in my chest. I need to hurt. His hand slides up and down my back, gently. The tears keep pouring out, staining my fur and hands again, like a friend long forgotten, knocking on my door. I forget how good this feels. The salt stinging my eyes. Maybe that's the opioids talking. Judging by the pain fading in my chest, it probably is. My sobs get more pathetic after a few seconds. For only a moment, in our solitude, I let out the weight of my world that I've been dragging. I'm sorry. I mutter the words through my tears. Drayden stays silent, pulling my head against my chest. His body is so warm and soft, and now I'm getting it wet with my own stupid tears. We stay there for a few moments, waiting until my tears sputter to a stop, save for some sniffling. Drayden set a box of tissues on my lap, with a few used one strewn to the side of my bed.
How about you get some rest? We'll talk later.
Don't leave. Sure. Please don't leave. He moves to the door.
We're here if you need anything, Zander. Just press that button on your bed and we'll be at your side.
I need you here. Please don't leave me alone. Got it. Thanks. Drayden flicks the light switch and exits, closing the door behind him. I usually try to avoid taking naps unless I absolutely need one. Never really had much time to nap anyways. Not only that, but my body just refuses to sleep in short bursts. It's all or nothing. So when Drayden left me yesterday and I cried myself to sleep, I stayed asleep until midnight or so.
I shouldn't laugh.
It's brutal. Extremely inefficient for my workout schedule. I'm almost jealous of cats. Those guys can pass out and wake up on a whim. Lie on their feet, too, for the most part. Very unfair that I can't do that. After a sleep-filled day and a sleepless night, I'm completely exhausted. The late-night television down here isn't any different from what it was on, like, Topside. Shitty sitcoms with garbage plots. Though the opioids Drayden gave me... made them feel a little more funny than they had any right being. And it gave me something to focus on besides the 24 unread texts from Redline. Every other notification from him started with some sort of apology before it slipped away. Just one more thing I need to apologize for. Maybe I should take a look through some of them now that it's daytime. The door opens, and I click my phone off, placing it face down on my blankets.
Good morning, Zander.
Drayden spoke flatly as he entered, taking a seat next to the bed. I've heard the sing-songy cadence of his good mornings enough times to know that this is different. Good morning, Doctor.
How are you feeling?
I'm still not sure how to answer that. Better? The pain has died down a lot. He writes something down on his clipboard. He is a lot less smiley today. Typically, he would have responded with some sort of lame joke.
That's good.
There's a brief pause as he finishes writing. He finally looks up at me.
I've spoken to Redline.
Oh no. What happened to doctor-patient confidentiality? Drayden rolls his eyes and sighs. I don't think that's even what the concept of that means.
No, he's completely wrong.
It's like, I'm pretty sure he means he asked Redline what happened, which is not any way tied to confidentiality.
That only covers your conditions, Zander. I am well within my rights to ask about the events leading up to an incident. From my understanding, it seems you injured yourself, working out. Is this true?
I guess I pushed myself a little too far.
I explicitly told you to take it easy.
He's not smiling. He's mad at me. I know.
Oh, well, you said you were gonna take it slow.
I know. I don't want to make eye contact with him anymore. His eyes are always there when I look back. Drayden lets out a sigh and clips the pen to the top of his clipboard.
Well, if you're feeling better, we can let you go. I've spoken to Bucky too.
Oh no.
For the next week, you are forbidden from doing any sort of exercise without explicit permission from myself and your coach. We've got coaches and cameras that are going to make sure you don't get yourself in any trouble.
The pit in my stomach grows. But doctor, I need to...
What you need is to rest, Zander. You've been hurt, Zander. You've taken serious injury. You can't just get up and start moving again like it didn't happen.
If I don't keep moving, I can't. I feel a twinge in the back of my head, a reminder of my encounter with the commissioner.
Give it a week and make sure that bone is good and strong. Then you're free to do whatever it is you need to do. Right now, you have to listen to me. Do you understand?
Sure. Yes, doctor. He sighs and fidgets with his clipboard.
Zander, don't listen.
Want to try that one again?
Zander, don't listen.
That's
okay.
Definitely not what he means.
All right. Zander, don't listen. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. I don't like having to get stern with you, but it's the only way we can get you to heal.
So what? What do I do? Just dick around all week?
Why not? You're free. That sounds pleasant.
You're single?
You're free to do whatever you like, but it might be a good idea to maybe, I don't know.
He sits up and holds his pen to his clipboard.
Maybe talk about what's been going on?
I look away. I could always sneak into the gym at night.
Jesus Christ. Come on.
I don't really want to call his bluff on how hard I'm getting police for the next week, but I also don't know what else I'm supposed to do.
Men would rather go to the hospital than talk about their feelings at the hospital.
I was gonna say, hang on a minute. What else is there to do if I can't prepare for my next fight?
Not the top one. Redline doesn't need this.
No, Redline can fix him. Although Redline doesn't deserve to.
Certainly thinks that.
Redline doesn't deserve to have to deal with him, though.
I know. Watch people train.
It's so funny.
It's a really funny one.
I hate everyone. I'm just gonna stare at people's muscles and imagine that they're mine.
God, that's a funny option.
Jesus Christ. I wonder what that even functionally means. I wonder if this is a route split. I want to hang out. I don't know
if it's a route split or fake.
I don't know, but I want to hang out with Redline.
Save?
We need to fix. We need to fix him.
Okay.
Broken inside. If I'm free to go, I think I'm just gonna head back to my room. Drayden's ears flickered a little. Flickered?
Flickered.
Yeah. Just like out of existence. You see some like TV fuzz.
Mm-hmm. Oh, spend some time hanging out with Red. Sounds like a good way to relax.
He prefers to be called Line.
Why didn't he tell me?
I'm gonna get a complex at this point. I'm not sure if he's being facetious about the relaxation aspect either.
Jesus Christ.
I want to talk to him about yesterday. I really, really don't. That seems to perk Drayden up, though. He hates him with every moment of his narration.
Oh, great. Sounds like a good plan.
It's made especially funny by the fact that I feel like Redline's gonna be like the favorite character of like 80% of people playing this game. So it's like, why is he like this?
Give me a call if anything comes up, alright?
I nod, stumbling to the door. Walking's always a little weird after getting injured, it seems. You got it,
You're pretty
doctor.
practiced at it at this point. I would
Yeah.
assume you'd be good at it by now.
You're injury proficient. It's a little weird not having Redline around to bother me in the hospital. Oh my god.
I guess it is.
Uh-huh. I suppose that was only a one-time thing so far. Yeah, that's why I'm like, what do you, what's your thought? So far. Not really happy with how quickly I resigned to coming back to the medbay more often. But maybe that's a good thing? Coming to terms with my fate? It's exhausting. And not just the walk down this hall, though admittedly I find myself a little out of breath by the time I get to the main staircase. Maybe hurting my ribs did a lot more damage than I thought. My chest hurts from more than just that, though. I can't, I didn't feel this tired yesterday on the treadmill at all. The thought of seeing Redline makes my stomach churn. Probably for a few reasons. Maybe it's the embarrassment of getting hauled down the hallway by him, or maybe because he stopped the weights from falling on me. What am I supposed to say to that? Thanks for keeping my head from getting crushed and also carrying me to the hospital. Yeah, that'd be a
good start.
Yeah, that's like perfectly phrased. Just, you know, watch your tone. I'd probably thank somebody if they have stopped my head for being crushed and then carried me to a hospital. Probably get him flowers. Okay, maybe that is what I'm supposed to say. Doesn't make it any easier, especially after I yelled at him like that. Maybe I should go back downstairs and find something else to do. There were some cool books in the library, but I was notified I can't check any out until I win a fight, so it remains unfinished downstairs. I'm reminded of how you started this entire series by giving us that story about the toxic guy you waited in line behind at some place.
Uh-huh.
And how that seems to be the most of the characters in this game.
Yeah, I really was setting it up great.
Yeah, you accidentally foreshadowed the antagonist and protagonist of this series. Bit of a weird gatekeeping process, but I'm not really in any position to fight against it. This would be an excellent opportunity to go finish it up. One quick look at my phone reminds me it's at 2%. I didn't get to charge it yesterday, and this old battery drains so damn fast. Ugh. At the very least I can get into my room and grab the charger. Maybe the librarian will be nice and let me use an outlet. I sigh and crack open the door, half hopeful that Redline's off with his friends like usual. Asshole. Having friends, doing things, talking to people about his feelings. Redline's laying on his bed, arms outstretched as he looks at the ceiling. He's got earbuds in, and his eyes are closed. Wait, is he crying? Those streaks of darkened, matted fur under his eyes seem as good as any indication as any. I stand there for a second in silence, not sure if he's noticed me yet. I can hear a bit of music from the door, so it must be pretty loud. Maybe I can sneak past and just grab my charger. I step in and creep to my bed, the charging cable half dangling off the side toward the outlet on the wall. As I move past, Redline lets out a shuddery breath and sniffles. Slowly, his eyes open and shift to me. His expression changes instantly, eyes wide as he sits up. Oh, hey dude! He turns away from me and wipes his eyes before taking the earbuds out. What's up? How was the doctor? I don't have time to answer before he stands up and moves to the door. He's still turned away from me. Actually, hold that thought. I gotta piss real quick. On my face. From the sink. The sink's gonna piss on my face to fix all this. His paw snaps into a finger. God damn it. And Redline's out the door. I guess I was staring.
You just got redlined.
Bye. I guess I was staring for too long. Definitely could have got my charger and bailed. But now I feel like I'm obligated to stay. At least just to tell him I was heading down to the library. Then he would probably ask to join. And who knows how little reading I'd get done with him talking my ear off. Because that's a priority right now. I have to do, in my time off, I have to do this specific thing now. I'm dedicated to that. I have ADHD and I don't respond well to changes in my plans. He took his phone with him, so I can't really snoop around to see what was going on either. Jesus Christ, boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
The door cracks open and Redline comes in. Big smile plastered across his face. Sorry about that. Been drinking too much water. What's up, man? It's concerning to see his shift in temperament so quickly. He's clearly trying to hide something. I was just heading down to the library. We're gonna find out that Redline's depressed and he's always like putting on this whole friendly act to get through it. And that's gonna be...
that's exactly what's going on.
Uh-huh. I look back to my charger on the wall. With a sigh, I plug my phone in and set it up on the desktop. But my phone's dead, so let it charge. Redline's ears dip. Oh no, I'm sorry, man. I wanted to bring it to your room, but they wouldn't let me pass the front desk again. They kept catching me when I tried to sneak by, so eventually they put a guard out front too. Wasn't able to find another way in. I'll try the vents next time. Please don't sneak into the medbay, Redline. I've been watching the Alien series, and I think I can figure it out. He winks and smiles.
Redline just shows up wearing Drayden's skin.
No promises. No. So what's up? You cleared to fight again? I remember one of the messages he sent me was asking about that. I feel bad for ignoring them, but he doesn't seem too upset. Not really. Doc says I'm off training for a week. Gotta let my ribs heal up. Immediately, Redline stiffens up, grimacing. Ouch, a full week. Isn't that medicine to be some sort of... There's a missing word. There's a missing word. Isn't that medicine supposed to be some kind of miracle cure so waits like that don't happen? It was like a, what do you call it, plot contrivance. I thought so too, but here we are. Maybe it's some kind of weird punishment for disobeying him? A laugh, but it doesn't feel genuine. Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha!
Ha ha ha!
Yeah, it could be. You were pushing yourself way too hard. Yeah. It doesn't... I don't like that he's blowing it off like it's nothing. Does he not remember saving my head from the weights? Or me yelling at him? That's impossible. He remembers more about me than I do at times. But, I'm glad you're okay. Shit, man, a whole week off. What are you gonna do with it? Can't leave, though. I shrug and look at my phone. Only 5%. God damn it. That's a fast charge.
Yeah.
It's been like 30 seconds. Hell if I know.
Well, it's an eternity when you're talking to Redline.
No. Imagine if you're... That's like 4% per minute. That's like... Fucking... That's like... Your phone charges in 5 minutes every day? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that'd be fucking great.
Just... You can just watch it in real time. Some of us would. We'd just be like, I don't... It'll get there. And then then I can get my fix. There's a weird moment of silence. Redline's sitting in his chair and smiling at me, tail wagging. I think he's waiting for me to say something. What would you do with all that time, I mean? Redline's tail slows and he thinks. Huh. I don't think I've seen him slow down at a question like this before. That's a good question. I usually keep myself busy with fight stuff, you know? Right, that's what I do too. We both forgot to have a personality in the last 10 years. Well, that didn't work, but those are the same down here. Another laugh. A little more genuine this time. I guess I never thought about it. You can't ask me a question like that, dude. There's too many options.
Jesus Christ.
It's only a week's worth of time, Redline. Your options are very limited. Still, he continues thinking. I guess given your current situation, there's not a whole lot I would be able to do with the week. I can't go camping, can't go practice music or photography, can't have much opportunity to cook until we get to our own kitchens. Our own kitchens? Redline nods. Yeah, man, tier 3 rooms get a little mini kitchen in their rooms. It's really cool. I used to bake all the time for my siblings, so any practice I can get would be awesome. Another hint that he has a family, Zander, that he keeps bringing up as if he would like to talk about it. Redline goes on talking about his siblings and their favorite baked goods of his.
He just did it.
Our own kitchens. I really miss being able to just eat whenever I want. The food here is pretty good, but I've noticed that there are less stations open than when I first went to the cafeteria. So many options are getting more limited. Or so my options are getting more limited. I miss making my own omelets. Not as fancy as what they give down here, but food always tastes better when I make it myself. And Orlando was always worried about our sugar intake, so he didn't care what we ate as long as we were careful about that. My stomach growls thinking about eggs. Redline laughs. It's a hearty one. Short but full. The room feels a lot warmer now. Sorry, I shouldn't talk so much about food. You're probably on some special diet for broken ribs, right? What does that mean? No, I just can't work out. Oh, right. What to do for a week, huh? He snaps his fingers and flips open his laptop. You ever played Tales of Fury? Oh, good lord, he's a gamer. No. You knew that. He's played games.
He has GG Easy on his pecs.
Yeah, he has GG Easy on his shirt. He plays video games already in front of you in this room. And last time he invited you to come with his friends, they all came up here to play games.
I mean, he just can't. He didn't absorb any of those facts through his hatred of Redline.
Yeah, he just refuses to notice things about the only person that talks to him. My phone's only at 12%.
Let's just call it here.
Fuck. No.
Yeah.
Next time.
Perfect timing.
Gaming. See y'all next time.
A story about video games?
A game within a game.
Oh.
If he dies in his video game, we die in real life. Wait.